Storm Nils has been tearing through our region with violent gusts reported above 160 kilometers an hour and heavy rain that has left a lot of damage behind. Although the worst has passed, we're still seeing the aftermath. A tree on our street snapped and crashed down onto the power and fibre lines. We've had a few outages, but we've been very lucky. The electricity stayed on and the fibre line somehow survived. Many others nearby were not so fortunate, with at least 900,000 homes left without power. We've had storms before, but not like this one. When everything you do, work, home life and filming depends on electricity, you start thinking differently about what you would do if the power stayed off longer.
My river is working. It's a big amount of water that's coming through now. Very happy. Oh. Good morning. We had a big storm passing by, and we already had loads of rain before, and it's just adding more rain and a lot of wind. So we still have power. We had 2 power cuts last night because of the wind and probably because of the power lines going down. It's back up again, but maybe it's time to install the Zendure SolarFlow they just sent us, because if we are without power, that's not going to be a very nice day. For people who are new here, we had a solar panel system over here, but because of all the work we're doing here, it had to move. You can see all the soil that is here. That's because we had to dig out the driveway. We had lots of water problems. I'll take you up now. Behind me is where we want to create our new solar shed plus solar panels. But as you can see, there's no way we can get machinery moving onto here or get it moving without making too much of a mess and destroying all the rest of the land. So that's on hold for now. That big mountain that you see, this mountain here and that mountain over there, all has to come behind me, and we want to make a level plateau so we can put our solar array and our solar shed on there. In the meanwhile, we do not have solar power, which sucks. So with the battery that Zendure sent us, that I will install now, we can at least have some off-grid power if the power goes out. And if I put 2 or 3 solar panels on it, at least we can have some power generation of our own. Okay, I do have one more existing solar power array where I'm gonna install the Zendure SolarFlow 2400 Pro on, and I'm gonna show you how plug and play it is, because I do have to hurry with all this rain we're having. As you can see, it's wet, but it's IP65 rated, so it should be able to handle dust and it should be able to handle rain. So the 2400, why is it 2400? Because when you plug it into your socket, you can choose a maximum of 2400 watt it can deliver to your house. For example, when Anicia is cooking, this one can handle it. Or you can charge it 2400 watts, so it is bi-directional. So in the evenings, if you have a dynamic tariff, that's from 10 o'clock at night, I think, until 6 in the morning, our electricity costs less. So this one can charge during the evening, and then during the day it can discharge when the electricity is higher. It is also expandable. This is the base unit, but you can expand it with batteries up to 16.8 kilowatts, if I'm not mistaken. Let's plug it in. Up. So it's already ready. That's how plug and play it is. Next step is install the solar panels. The SolarFlow from Zendure can accept up to 3000 watts of solar power, and it has 4 MPPT controllers. Each one is 750 watts. So what does that mean? Here it's easy. I can just lay my panels, I have space, I lay my panels towards the south, I'm done. But for example, you have a small yard with some trees and you have shade there and shade there. You can actually do one MPPT controller facing with solar panels to the east to get the morning sun. Then you have a better spot where you have some south facing sun. You can choose another MPPT controller. And then you have, for example, evening spot where you can put some more panels. Then you can choose another MPPT controller. Do not know if you know this, but if you have a full array connected to one controller and one panel has a little bit of shade, then all the rest of the panels will also perform less. So that's why it's important to have a few. So let us connect them. Voila. This shows how plug and play it is. So now if I look on my app, the Zendure will be charging from the solar panel. So I'm actually already 90% finished with setting this up. So this is the nature of these systems. They're really plug and play. Everything is in one little box. And I do have to say, I've tested some before for people that have been following me. And this one is actually very small. It has a very, very small footprint. So if you put this inside in your house, it's not going to take up much room, and the batteries are the same footprint, so it only stacks up. Very impressed with that actually. They got 3 different offerings. So I have got the 2400 Pro, which is with a 2.4 kilowatt battery, and I can connect a solar array directly to it. Then you have the 2400 AC Plus, same battery, same functions, only difference is you cannot connect a solar array directly to it. And then you have the 1600 AC Plus, smaller battery, same functions, but you cannot connect a solar array directly to it. Does that mean that you can't charge it with solar power? No. So all of their offerings can actually charge from solar if you have already an existing solar array with an inverter. The power meter inside will notice when you are putting back energy to the grid, and if the battery is empty, it will take that energy and charge its battery with it. So that's the general idea. I just requested the one with the solar inverter extra on it. So once I place it upstairs into my powerhouse, I can connect an array to it if I want to. The rooster is hiding from the storm. He's right next to me. It was pretty awful. I didn't sleep well.
Next up, Philippe's installing a Shelly Pro 3M smart meter. It's the only step that's a little bit more technical, so if you're not comfortable working inside an electric panel, don't hesitate to call an electrician. The nice thing is the SolarFlow has a built-in RJ45 port, so you can connect a smart meter like this directly for a reliable wired connection.
Oh, la 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 la. Oof, 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 oof. Oh, la 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 la. The problem is with the ground so saturated that it doesn't take much to topple a tree now, so let's hope they can hold on a little bit more, because these are wind gusts. Let's bring it inside. Okay, it's on. It was a little bit too stormy outside. There was even snow. We have a second battery system, a little bit like this, and when it is snowing or cold temperature, it self-heats a little bit to protect the battery, because it has an intelligent battery management system inside. It looks at the temperature, the voltages and everything, and makes sure the battery stays safe, and it makes sure it stays healthy, which is very important as well if you want some longevity out of this battery. If there were to be a catastrophic failure inside the battery system, there is an extinguisher system inside, so that's very neat and handy to have. That's the last resort. I can't see it happening, but you never know. In Europe we have something called dynamic price tariffs on our electricity. So that means during the night we will pay less for electricity than during the day, for example. So we have peak hours, so the electricity price can fluctuate. So that is the beauty of a battery system like this, because we have a dynamic price tariff now. So we took one with EDF Tempo, which can be connected very easily to the battery system. So what does that mean? I'm gonna put it very simple. So let's say it's a very cheap night. It will charge the battery then, because it knows the price. So it will charge during the night at the cheapest, and then during the day, when we need the power, it will give us the power. So that saves us money. That's how this battery system saves you money. So you have solar power coming in, or existing solar power, doesn't matter. So that saves you already money. Then you can store your own solar energy, or you can buy energy off the grid when it is the cheapest. So during the day or during the evening, during the peak hours, your energy will come from your battery system. So the system from Zendure actually has tons and tons and tons of features, which I can't show you all, because sometimes I don't have those devices in my home. So for example, you can couple your heat pump to it, you can couple your electric car to it when it charges, you can connect your smart home system to it, and many more features. So next up, when you go into the app, there's tons of features there as well. The easy one, if you just want to get it going and not look at the other features, is the AI Zenki mode. So that mode does most of the thinking for you. It uses AI obviously to optimize charging, discharging. It will look at your usage patterns, your dynamic pricing, so from your electricity provider that you added. There is an auto mode, then there's the expert, and under expert you have smart meter mode, smart plug mode, base load mode, electricity price mode. The one I'm using now is electricity price mode. So if you click on that, then you will actually see that the energy provider is coupled to it and the energy prices are in it. Then you have a little bit more settings that you can do when you want the battery to take certain actions according to the price per kilowatt. Another very important feature, especially for us, is this socket over here. If the power goes out, this switches almost instantaneously to the battery. So it supplies you with 2400 watts of power. So we will be using this feature inside our house for now, because we do have a lot of tiny little power cuts, and when Anicia is working, for example, on the computer, it's very annoying. So when she's doing editing or writing files to the server, that's not good when we get a little power cut. So we will be placing it here in our living room, and it will be supplying our computer with power. And if the power cuts, and I think it is 15 milliseconds, it should be just enough so the computer stays on. But another nice feature that is amazing is, if you don't want to use this backup feature, or you're like, I don't need it all the time, I will switch it on whenever I need it, you can switch this to an input. So you can have another solar inverter up to 1800 watts connected to this. So that brings the total to 4800 watts of solar input. So that's quite a lot, like I said, for a little plug and play small format. You can put a lot of power and features onto it.
Mama, kom! Dat one.
Is dat wel warm?
Ja. Dat one is zwart.
Bien?
Bien.
Daar?
Ja.
Snijden?
Ja. Mama.
Met u?
Met mij met de
Oké. Je comprends.
Als dat je vlees aan brandant, ja? Hier is er nog.
Hi.
Voorzichtig.
All clean, Gracie. If you're interested in the Zendure SolarFlow 2400 Pro, there's a link in the description that helps support the channel, and you can find all the extra details on Zendure's website.
Maar Gracie wil niet terug.
Wil ze het niet? Ben je zeker?
Nee,
Wil ze het niet hebben?
nee.
Oké. Zo hoeft dat niet altijd.